Yep. All right. So we're on air now. So, and this automatically records, right?
Yeah. Do you have a thing saying live? Oh, I have a thing on the top right that says
Oh,
live. So
yep.
yeah.
Yep. I got that too.
Okay, cool.
How do you, right now it's switching, like the screen switches based on who's ever talking.
Yes.
Do you know how to do like a split screen?
Uh,
Because this is kind of annoying.
yeah. God damn it. That's a. Hmm. Well, let's see if Google can help. Can you split screen on Google Hangout? How to do split screen on Google Hangouts? One answer. Both recorders join the Hangout. Two viewers join from one computer. What?
Hmm.
Hold on. I don't think there's a way to do it.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean,
Well,
you're only focusing on the audio anyway, right?
I know, but the reason that I like, oh, I guess I can still see you. Oh, there. Okay, so that's good. Wait, so talk once.
Talk once.
Oh, okay, nice. I got it. So I like to be able to see the other person when I'm talking even. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And what it was doing before, it was switching so whoever is talking was showing on my screen. So when I'm talking, I could only see me.
Yep.
And I don't like that. I like to be able to sort of see the other people's reactions.
Yep.
But I got it figured out now. So in that bottom right-hand corner, you see where it's got like a box for you and then a box for me.
Yep.
I just clicked your box, so I can see you now. Yeah. All right. So,
So the question I have is like, so since it's like it's stuck on me, um, is that like I think that's what the YouTubers will, or like that's what everyone sees. So like when you download the
oh,
video, that's
right,
what. Yeah.
right. That um, present to everyone. I,
Did you just mute yourself? You just muted yourself. Yeah, you just muted yourself. Okay.
wait, not anymore, right?
Did you purposely do that?
Nope. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just getting really annoying.
Oh.
I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Okay, so this is cool then. So this could be a good option.
Yeah, and a lot of people know Google and do Google. And
Right.
actually, for my podcasts, well, not like mine specifically, but the ones that I was like a part of,
Hmm.
that's what that's the same process that we did.
Okay, nice. So really, it's uh yeah, so it's recording from both ends. That's nice.
Yep. So like, so stuff on my microphone will like you will get that. Yep.
Right. Man, so this is perfect. All I have to do then is send the people a link. They click on it and open it and I do the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I think we figured it out.
It's like we traveled 50 miles to go 20.
Yeah, seriously. Well, it's all part of the journey, I guess, right?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
All right, well, cool. We got it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah. You want to talk for a little while?
Yeah, I got a couple of minutes here.
All right. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, how's your job going?
Um, yes and no. I mean, so okay, I'll give you a couple of goods, couple of bads. First of all, money. Money is great. Gotta love money. Money is wonderful.
Yeah.
Uh, um, downside. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I don't get paid for time off.
Oh, no PTO.
Nope, it's UPTO, unpaid time off. So
Oh,
So every holiday and every time that like I want time off, like I can get it, I'm just not going to be paid for it.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So that's why I end up working a lot more than I should, which
Yeah.
is a royal pain in the butthole, you know.
Yeah.
The other real issue with my job is I'm staring in front of a computer all day long.
Oh, yeah.
So at the end of the day, like my brain is mush, and sometimes it's difficult just to think in general.
Right.
Which is why sometimes, like when we talked, like I had to think and figure out my words. I'm looking up and it's like, oh, please give me inspiration, even though there's nothing there.
I know what you mean. I feel that way a lot.
Yeah, and like the big difference between okay, so like the thing is like with my videos and stuff like that, like I'm in front of a computer too. The difference I've noticed though is I'm a lot more mindful when
Yeah.
I'm doing my work because I'm more like interactive with it and it's like it's my ideas.
Right.
Whereas at work, like it's the same damn process over and over, and it's just like it gets
Yeah.
so monotonous and it's so mind numbing that it's
Right.
disgusting,
Right.
honestly. And
Right.
so it's and so like honestly, right now I'm in this like spot where it's like I could be like you and take the risk and like flourish with my YouTube channel, but
Mhm.
financially it'll be a struggle to get there.
Right.
Or the situation right now where it is financially I'm doing okay, but I just don't have time to do my own work.
Right.
And so the thing that really pisses me off is that right now so you saw that my latest video was called like the summer showdown or whatever, like if you
Mm.
remember seeing that.
Yeah.
So like that video was supposed to be or that summer showdown was supposed to be done back in September
Hmm.
because it's the summer showdown. But I'm still working on it in winter, and all my followers are memeing about it, and it's like, oh lol, you're freaking doing this in the winter, and it's like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's so easy. I mean, I even see it myself, like podcasters that I listen to. It's like, come on, you haven't put out a podcast in like 3 months. Like, what are you doing? But
yeah,
then I'm like, oh yeah, well, I kind of do the same thing. It's just
right,
things just happen. Time goes so fast. There's so much else going on, right?
yeah.
Right.
What other podcasts do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to quite a few. Although I'm sort of falling behind. I listen to the Rubin Report, Sam Harris's podcast.
Waking Up with Sam Harris? Yeah,
Waking Up. Yep. Do you listen
yep,
to that?
yep, I do.
Yep, that one's great. Starting to listen to Under the Skin with Russell Brand.
Really? He has his own
That
podcast?
it is amazing. It's so good. Like Russell Brand's so strange. He's in all these super stupid movies, but he's actually super intelligent and his interviewing style is brilliant. Like he asks super good questions and he's super articulate too. So that one's
Hmm.
good.
Okay.
Um Otherwise, The President's Inbox, it's on foreign policy. Um The Daily, it's from the New York Times.
Okay.
I listened to Bill Maher.
So do I.
Kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Joe
Some of
Rogan.
his yeah. I don't listen to every Joe Rogan
No,
podcast.
I don't either. I just select like people that I know. He's got
Yep,
way too
same
many
here.
of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
So you listen to Bill Maher too?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's on break now, but when
Right.
he was on, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He's funny. I don't know. I uh I like his show because he brings different people on to talk about stuff,
Yeah.
and then he's funny and I don't listen to too much mainstream stuff, so I like sort of hearing what's because he's kind of mainstream, what's going on in the mainstream a little bit, how people are talking about things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those
Hmm.
are the main ones, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What about you?
So actually, so my main go-to one, it's called Mind Pump. So
Hmm.
Mind Pump. it's really cool. It's like, so they actually like, because you know you said like some podcasters they don't podcast in like months.
Yeah. Dan
So they have the
Carlin. Do you know him?
yeah
Yeah.
no. So
Oh,
they have
yeah.
some. I don't know who Dan Carlin is.
Oh, he's the one I was talking about
Okay.
before. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mind Pump has the opposite problem where they have too many podcasts.
It's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, some of their information is so like, long story short, it's because of them. I'm like really heavy into health.
Huh.
Yeah, because you remember how at the beginning of like 2018, I think I called you or something like that, and I was like freaking the f out. You remember that?
I remember, I don't know. I remember you called once. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
like in
think I
the
remember what you're talking
early
about.
spring
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
yeah. Well, at that point, I was kind of like, I would almost call it like a health scare because at that point, like, because you know how I said sometimes it's hard for me to think and whatnot. Well, it was awful there, and that's just because I, like, health wise, was not taking care of myself. Like, I was not working out as much, and I was like, you know, not eating my greens, you know.
Hmm.
And so, like, listening to Mind Pump and this, the way how they explain things, like, I get and I understand. And because of that, I actually, and that's the best part, is I put it into action. Like,
Hmm.
if they explain like a workout, I actually go ahead when work is done and I do that workout and I actually apply what I learn,
Yeah.
which is the best way to learn.
That's
So,
good.
yeah. Other than Bill Maher, Joe Rogan, as you know, I'm a NASCAR guy, so I listen to a couple of NASCAR podcasts.
Hmm.
Nothing really stands out.
Hmm.
What else? Oh, so do you listen to any female podcasters?
Oh, I guess none that host regularly. I mean, a lot of them are interviews, obviously, with females, but just looking through my list here, no, I guess I don't.
Okay, I have one actually.
Yeah,
It's so the podcast is called Let It Out.
let it out. I'm gonna search it right now.
Yeah, and the host's name is Katie Delbow.
Let it out.
Yeah,
Huh.
apparently that podcast has gone on for like 6 years apparently.
Huh.
Yeah. And so what's cool about it, the podcast, it's like she talks to other people that are like us, that are grinding away, but at the same time also either planning to or they have taken the leap and doing like an entrepreneur role.
Huh.
And it's really cool because it's like with almost every person that she interviews, I can like almost relate. And
Hmm.
it's like, okay, in order for me to go on her track, these are the steps that I should take, or at least suggestions on like lifestyles and stuff that I need to do
Hmm.
to, so that I don't have to like slave away at Wells Fargo my entire life,
Yeah,
you know?
that's a nice option.
Yeah.
Huh.
Unfortunately, she's on break too. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, which is a little annoying because it's like, you know, I want to get that inspiration, but she's
How
not
often do
there.
her podcasts come out?
Oh, it is like once a week, but like it's her quote unquote season finale at the end of the
Oh,
year.
yep, sure.
So she won't, and she mentioned it too. She won't be back till like early January.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But oh, what else did I listen to? She actually is a bit spiritual as well,
Hmm.
if that means anything at all.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, who else? That's about it off the top of my head. Mind Pump.
There's one
Couple of
podcast.
you
Oh, go ahead.
go for it.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say. Oh no, you.
are you sure?
Yep.
Are you sure?
One.
I was gonna say some you Nick, shush. uh,
Uh,
anyway, just a couple of YouTuber podcasts. Like, I don't know. I don't think you would know them, but like there are YouTubers that decided to make their own podcast. Like, do you know who like H3 Productions is?
No.
Okay, that's fine. He has his own podcast, and then there's another podcast called the Sardonic Cast, where it's three YouTube movie reviewers, and once every 2 weeks they come together, talk about current events, and then they actually delve into like a random movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, you.
I was gonna say there's one podcast. I'm not usually a fan of like drama, sort of like fictional things as much, but there's one called
Yeah.
Tannis. It's called Tannis. I don't
Okay.
know if you've heard of it. It's it's really weird. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just weird and kind of hokey, but it's really good.
Is it like an audio drama show?
Yeah, that's the cover of it. Tannis. Yeah, it's an audio drama show. So there's like voice acting and stuff. Um, the premise of it is sort of like he starts off by saying that he feels like there's no more mysteries left in the age of the internet. And so he's like searching for this like last mystery, the mystery of Tannis. Like, what is Tannis? So it's this really winding story. There's like maybe 5 seasons or something now.
Oh
And
wow.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's really weird, but it's kind of entertaining. So
Huh. All right.
yeah, I'm kind of falling behind though in my in my podcast listening.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Well, so how like what do you like do you just work on your stuff while you listen to podcasts, or how do you listen to them?
Usually I listen to them when I'm in the car driving or doing dishes or showering, laundry, just in between time, stuff like that. But
Okay.
I used to when I was working for my dad. That was a really nice thing about working with him is so we were like installing and sanding floors all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was listening to like 8 to 10 hours of podcasts every day
Oh
for
wow.
like yeah, for like 2 years. So I was listening to a ton of them then, just like continuously. But that was fun then too because my dad was listening to stuff and it's like loud equipment. So we had our headphones on or our earmuffs and I just put my earbuds under those and listened while I worked.
Oh
So
wow.
that was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't listen to it quite as much anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I listen to them at work. That's how
Yeah.
it helps me get through the time quicker.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And you
Because
can
it
still like your work is mindless enough that you can still listen to podcasts.
it's muscle memory at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
One upside is I can type really freaking quick.
Yeah. That's a good skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
But again, like I said, like yeah, because it's so monotonous, just because it's just and it's just, and I do that like 400 freaking times every day.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
and like when I like complain and stuff like that, I'm not looking for an answer. I just want to like just
Oh, I
let it
know.
out, just vomit, word
That's
vomit.
yeah, that's good though sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of hard, especially like where I live now, because I don't have like any friends near me that I can't just like, vent out to them. And I can't really say it to my coworkers either. Like they care and whatnot, but they all have their own lives too. So
Right. Right.
what can you do?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the situation I'm in right now, it's like it's like I'm glad I am in this situation, but I also know that it's not the best of situations to be in.
Yeah.
Because right now, actually, in order for me to get, the accurate amount of sleep, I should be asleep by 11
Mm.
tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I already know that's what, even if we hang up like now, I know that's not gonna happen just because
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, because today, did I tell you kind of like what happened to me today? Just my schedule and everything.
Uh,
So
no, not detailed.
okay, well, I mean, whatever. So I woke up at like 6:15 in the morning, and that's
Mhm,
normal when I wake up at 6:15.
mhm,
Then I usually take about half an hour or so, eat breakfast, just, acknowledge the fact that I'm awake. Then I drive to work, and work starts at 7:30. So the drive is usually about 20-25 minutes or so.
mhm,
So, and actually, I guess I never told you. So this week,
mhm.
last week, and the week before was all overtime for
Oh
me.
boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then actually, so 2 weeks before, it's not technically overtime because I did have Thanksgiving off,
Mhm.
but I did work 9 hours each of the other days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I worked another 9 hours today. So it was from 7:30 till 5. And side note, I don't get paid lunch. So there's a half an hour in the middle where I
Uh,
eat lunch, but I'm not paid for it, which is,
yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
So after work, so I was done at 5. I actually went to Walmart afterward just to get some food for the rest of this week. Because one thing that I've been doing that I'm actually kind of proud of is I get my own food for like work and
Mm,
stuff like that. So I don't like have
mm.
to rely on the folks to like get me stuff,
Yeah,
which
nice.
again, yeah, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
So that lasted for like an hour or so, and then yeah, it was a little past 6. I then went to the gym to work out.
Hmm.
And again, I try to do that every night just because just being active, like you know what they say, get out and play an hour a day.
Hmm.
Like I try to do it, especially when it gets cold like this. Like
Mhm.
one of the best ways I've heard to fight like, depression and stuff like that is just being physically active.
Hmm.
And it can be tough like in the cold, of course, so that's why I have this gym I go to. So did a nice all around body workout, and then when I got home, that's when I messaged you saying, hey, I'm going to be late, blah blah blah.
So that's a full day.
Yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like I have gotten used to it, and I've become a morning person now
Hmm.
because of this job.
Yeah.
um yeah, it's, I don't know, like I want to complain, like it's not, but I'm also like used to it.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we kind of normalize things, right? After we do them enough,
Yeah,
it just sort of becomes what life is.
yeah,
And to keep doing that, I guess is in some sense good, right? Like it's just the way life is right now, but um you also know that you don't want to do that forever,
yep,
right?
yeah. No, and okay, maybe you could be helpfully maybe be a second opinion in this. So
Mhm.
um so I guess I didn't add this additional information. So even though I'm working for Wells Fargo,
Mhm.
it's through what's called a temp agency.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like the e-harmony of people and jobs is kind of how I simplify it.
uh
But yeah, so the temp agency I have is called Aerotech. And so that's kind of the reason why I don't get paid time off is because they're, and then like as I do this, like I understand why it is the way it is, because like if it wasn't for a temp agency, I would not have this experience at Wells Fargo.
mm,
And so I could add this onto my resume and it's great,
mm,
but it is cheaper
mm,
because to throw some numbers out, I'm currently being paid $11 an hour
mm,
there.
mhm,
Now what's possibly going to happen is I've actually applied for an actual position at Wells Fargo,
oh,
like through them, like 100%. Like I'm completely like stripped of the temp agency if I do
mm,
this.
mhm,
Now, I've kind of thought about this and I thought of some positives and negatives. The two biggest positives, one, $15 an hour,
nice.
and
Yeah.
two, I do get paid time off.
Oh, yeah.
And the way how they have it, it's not the best, but you have pretty much 20 days, any 20 days
Nice.
that you can have or you want to have off. That's yours. And so they have it in a bank at the beginning of the year. And
Mm,
if you want to take 5 off like in February or something like that, you can go ahead and do so,
nice.
and it will be paid. So that's the plus side. The downside though is like what I'm doing now, and that's time away from what I really want to do, which is making content, you know.
Sure. So, well, is it the same amount of work time?
Time wise, yes. Yeah, it is full time. It's 40 hours and then with overtime, of course. And yeah, I should I mention overtime is time and a half for both.
Okay. Man, well, that sounds like a win-win though, right? To do that job?
It
Like
it is
if you still have the same amount of time to do your own stuff, right?
right. Yes, you're definitely right. But like in a dream scenario, if you will, I would love to do like YouTube like nonstop.
Right, right. Yep. Yep.
But
This could be a step in that direction, right? Like it sounds like if this other job is the one that you have now, but with paid time off, right?
yeah.
Like that's a good gig, right?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. It's just I think my worry is if I commit so much time to like Wells Fargo, it would like it'd almost be like a shift and like my just mentally, I'd
Mm,
be so like into and like I don't want to lose like my
yeah,
creative side, you know?
right, right. Yep.
And so that's kind of the fear I have because like currently I it's not been scheduled yet, but I'm about to get an interview for this job, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And I've kind of been like, I wouldn't say lying to them, but I like kept saying that I'm like, oh, I'm like committed to like the customers, and I give all this like spiel of like, I'm there. I'm well, and like that's true. Like I'm dedicated to the job or whatever. But like
Mhm.
as we mentioned before, I don't want to like be there for 20 years, you
Right,
know?
right. Well, it's not your ultimate passion. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and that's totally fine, right?
Yeah, it definitely
So
is.
like
Like
yeah.
at some point, I have to take the risk of jumping into this full
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Now, just to throw some more numbers out, in terms of student loans, I currently have about $48,000 in student debt right now.
Mm,
So
man.
I don't know if that's like super high compared to others or what, but
Yeah, I don't even
it's
know what the average is, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, 48,000 in student debt right now,
Mm.
which is gotta love Gustavus for that. And okay, just as a little rant, and like I like you know how like Gustavus they have their give to Gustavus Day?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does.
Give us
Because it's
money. I'm already giving you money. Like
right. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
once I get my 50,000 loan or done, then maybe whatever I have left, I'll give it to you. But
I know. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I know. It's just I, I felt the same way. Like, don't be asking me for stuff when I still owe you this much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's disgusting.
I know. Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
totally ridiculous.
glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so what I've been doing now is uh quick question, but what websites or what groups are you paying your student loans to?
I just had it through
Was
the government website.
UAS or
Yeah,
Nelnet?
Nelnet. Yeah.
Nelnet? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me it's under two. The majority of them, the like 45 is in Nelnet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another 3 in another website called UAS Connect.
Oh.
Which I never even really heard of. But anyway,
Hmm.
I had a $6,000 loan there, and so what I'm doing right now is trying to pay that off.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I know it's not a fun process.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm just like thinking back on it, and like I constantly like question myself, like, was my experience at Gustavus like worth it? You know?
Yeah, I know. Right.
I mean, I'm talking to you, which is of course is a plus. Um,
And
but
I
go for
yeah, it's crazy when I moved down to the cities. I've been down here like a year and a half now, but when I moved down here,
oh,
I was
shit.
applying for jobs. I applied to 50 places and I didn't get any of them. And I finally got this job at this restaurant because I knew somebody who knew the owner.
Oh my
And I
god!
was yeah,
Even with the college degree and everything.
yeah, I know. And so I was like the same thing. I'm like, This wasn't worth it." Like, what am I
Yeah,
doing right now?" You know? So I don't know what the deal was. And I'm kind of thinking about applying for another job right now. I don't know specifically what, but probably something journalistic-y I would want to do. But I'm also
okay.
thinking of just trying to make it on freelance stuff, which would be nice, but uh, I don't know. There's a lot of pros and cons to it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And actually, I guess so. Were you aware that I worked at a news station for a while?
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I left that job in late July of this year.
Hmm. Were you just part
Now,
time there, or were you full time?
I was part-time, which was one of the reasons why, because I was a part-timer there for 2 years.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just nothing opened up. And actually through there, I kind of learned like I guess my where I belonged, if you will. And that is being like a creator, you know.
Hmm.
Because like with the news station, like sure you have cameras and sure you're working with like audio and stuff like that. But where I was at, I was not like I did not feel creatively fulfilled, if you know
Hmm.
what I mean.
Hmm. Yeah.
And and so because of that, and actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but from August of 2017 to July of 2018, I worked 50 hours a week consistently. So
Hmm.
like so 40 at like my temp agency job, and then I did on weekends at
Uh,
KDLT. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
So like it got to a point where just I just did not feel again just creatively fulfilled at KDLT, and the fact that I worked every single day of the week. Now let me get now don't get me wrong. Being there on the weekends, like it's not that big of a commitment. It's just the fact that I have to drive and get there
Yeah. Right.
is the issue.
Sure.
And mind you too, also the minimum wage, which
Oh.
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only time I got a raise is if the state raised the minimum wage.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I started there at like 8.25 an hour, and I left with 8.85 an
Oh
hour.
man. Wow.
Yep. All that money, you know.
Oof. Jeez.
But yeah, so it's just one of those things I just didn't feel creatively fulfilled, so I left it. And so right now my only job is this. And oh, did I ever talk to you like in September? Because you know I did the wedding stuff.
Oh, some of the videography stuff?
Yeah, for the weddings. Yeah,
Yeah.
I left that too.
Hmm.
Here, I'm just gonna look at the text history because I thought I sent you a message like back in September? Question mark. Let's see. We had a long message in. Let's see. Oh my god, that's a long ass message. Oh no, that was the one about him. Connected to my story. Hey bud, hope you're doing well. I miss you. Okay, no, I did not. So, all
Okay.
right, I got a little bit of a story then for you. So, and I think it was the first weekend of September was the last time that I did the wedding stuff.
Okay.
So, remember how I mentioned I was creatively unfulfilled?
Hmm.
So, it got to a point at this wedding gig that like I almost had no freedoms in filming.
Hmm.
I because I was like I was the second hand man, and I was
Yeah.
kind of like helping the main guy getting like his shots, if you will.
Yep.
And I think it was a like just the weather that day was atrocious. It was one of those like weird days where it was like extremely hot,
Uh-huh.
like oddly hot, and then yeah, and this was like a small town that was in South Dakota, just a
Oh,
little town out west. Yeah, and I mentioned that because like the buildings that were there were not like well kept, if you know what I mean.
oh yeah.
So I was, for the most part, annoyed, but I kept my cool for the most part. And oh, that's right. I think the reason that triggered it was because I worked overtime at Wells Fargo the week
Hmm.
before. So like I worked like Monday through Friday, like 45 hours, and then I had to wake up at 7 to go film a wedding all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking like an all day wedding. So like getting the hair done, getting their dresses on, getting the
Oh,
suits
yeah.
on, the first look, getting their pictures outside, and then of course the ceremony, and then the reception, and then we go home. So
Oh boy.
again, I was annoyed, but I was okay through the ceremony. But then it was the reception where I lost my cool, if you will.
Yeah.
So what happened was, first of all, the reception hall was just a bar. It was a bar, but half of it was like a space so that like a wedding reception could happen.
Okay.
No air conditioning. So all we had was a huge fan that was off to the side, and it was just blowing warm air at
Oh
us.
man.
Yeah. And then what kind of triggered everything? I know I'm a social justice warrior. I'm triggered, whatever. Um, so what happened was, I don't know how many weddings you've been to, but at the beginning of most receptions, like all the bridesmaids and groomsmen all like come in, and then they go to like their tables, and then the bride and groom come in, and
Okay. Yep.
the reception starts. And they did this like cute little creative way, and they have this music, and you got the DJ. It's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we blah 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 blah.
Hmm.
What triggered me to kind of go bad is that Jason, my guy, put me right next to one of the speakers of the DJ. So I was like, I was standing like, I can't show you perspective, but like I was standing like right in front of the speaker. So
Uh-huh.
then once I hear like the do, like my right ear was like really or is really sensitive, and like I could not think, I could not focus. And so like the entire time I was like filming and I was covering my ear at the same time.
Oh.
And so like the quality just immediately just goes down the like the pooper. But I didn't say anything to Jason because it's like, you gotta get the shot, even though you might go deaf, you gotta get the shot,
Uh,
which is dumb. Um, and then yeah, and then just again, just the heat. There were no windows in the bar, and in the space. Oh, what was the distance or feet? Point is, there was like at least 100 people there,
hmm.
and it was really claustrophobic. Like if you have claustrophobia, you're screwed.
Uh,
Yeah. So like just a bunch of stuff just came together, and like again I couldn't think, and I just jutted out of there and I cried.
hmm.
Yeah, men were supposed to cry, not supposed to cry, blah blah blah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yep, bitch, I cried. But yes, I again, so I did, and like a couple people talked to me, and it's like, "Oh, are you okay, sir?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just a lot of stuff." So Jason, of course, wasn't happy, and unfortunately, we kind of ended on not so good terms. But honestly, it was at a point where just again, I was not comfortable working there.
Yeah.
Now the pay, it was $250 for the wedding for me. So like it's kind of good, but like I
Hmm.
could also do better, I feel.
Yeah.
But
Right.
again, it is what it is. So again, and it's just at a point where, as I just mentioned before, I was just not creatively fulfilled. And yeah, ever since September, all I've been doing is Wells Fargo and then just slaving away at the YouTube stuff.
Yeah. Ah, well, yeah, keep doing the YouTube stuff though.
Yeah, like I don't know if you just saw, but like I recently got 4,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's super cool.
it's so crazy. Like it's so, oh goddamn, what's the word? Not enlightening. Well, I guess enlightening. There's another word though, where it's like humbling. That's it.
Hmm.
It's so humbling that like there are other like NASCAR YouTubers that like consider me as like a popular guy. Like I'm popular in YouTube, and it's just like, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, because like if you look at like my videos, they all get like 4-digit views, and it's like,
Dang.
why?
That's
How?
awesome. See,
I know.
you're doing something right.
I know. And so that's my thinking. And that's why I want at some point take the risk, because it's like my theory is if I put more time and effort into my channel, more people will see it, and I feel like I could be successful. But that's why it's called a risk, because it could go the other way around and it could all go to the shitter. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to know, you know,
yeah.
but you know that you love doing it, so that's an important piece.
Yeah, and actually, that is, I will admit, even though Gustavus can sometimes be a pain in the ass, that is one thing that Gustavus did help me with, was where was I, like, what is my place in life? And Gustavus did help me with that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
worth it? Was it worth it to have $50,000 in debt? Probably not, but it is what it is.
Too late now, though, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So,
It is what it is.
all right.
Oh, well, keep on keeping
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else from you before we call it a night?
No, this is helpful. This is really good. Yeah, I'm excited to. I'll keep you updated on how things are going with this.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, I kind of want to just do this like video chat, like maybe once a week or something like that. Just again to keep tabs, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it'd be good to keep up.
For sure.
Yeah, my schedule is pretty variable, so
Yeah.
you know, it changes quite a bit. But yeah, we can find time. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like nothing beats face to face conversation, even though it's video, but you know,
Space. Yeah, I know what you mean. I got you.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I guess one last question before we call it. Have you talked much to the other people at Swest?
Oh, Nick Carlson and them.
Yeah, have you talked to
Man,
them at all?
I haven't talked to Nick for quite a while. I guess I saw him at a wedding maybe last summer. Saw him at a wedding. That's the last time I talked to him. Matt Spoden, I think we met up maybe a year ago around Christmas time last year.
Okay.
And Christian, oh, I haven't talked to him for, well, I think I texted him probably a year ago, but not much. No.
Okay. Yeah, no, me neither. And again, we've just been doing our own things.
I know,
So
right? It's so easy to. Yeah,
yeah, it's so easy to be in our own little world.
I
So
know,
yeah,
right?
it's cool. All right. And then yeah, so cool. It's great talking to you for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep me updated and we'll go from there. All right.
All right, sounds good.
All
Enjoy
right.
the rest of your week.
For sure. You too. Bye bye.
All right, bye.